Hello, ladies. My name is Hans. Welcome to the What If Zuko Had Ruby in this girl as his girlfriend. Where we left off, we're gonna go to UA. Or I'm gonna go over USJ Sports Festival, possibly, but I'll probably skip it like usually do. But I am gonna skip the sports or internship and the camp arc. Okay? So, at the yeah, there's probably a way more like aggressive thing. So, yeah, in this video, so be warned. So at USJ, it happens like normally does, but she got separated from Zuko. Like, she wants to see him, and because see if he was okay, and yeah, and plus, so she ends up using her powers to find him, like her quirk, as Grapefruit and Frog Girl was with him, as she knows it's their classmates. As man, there's a lot of fish in the water, or a lot of villains. As some reason, all the fish dudes, as something clicked in his head, and again, he made a giant heart. As he grabs the piece of it, pulls it back, kind of like what a certain anime character does. And that's what I was referring to. As Zuko shoots up into the sky, as he tells them that they need to hide. Yeah. So, but she knew what he's gonna do, as they told everyone or told all the students and teachers to hide. As so they did. As Zuko, or she tells Zuko, ready as ever, as he shoots the arrows in the air thing. As they all the villains looked up as they see him coming down. As they got hit. Most of them, like basically all of them got hit as they fell, as they got back up. But instead of having like their normal eyes, like, yeah. And they had like kind of like what her faces, but on everyone. And yeah. It would be like that girl. The one with the hearts eyes. Yeah. Most of them do that to Zuko. As they all start charging right at Zuko. As he landed on him like bunch of, yeah. Even the Nomu got hit by it. And yeah. As he's laughing his head off. As it will wear out when, yeah. So, thank goodness that All Might wasn't there. All the pro heroes, they probably would have gotten affected by it. As, yeah. As she says, that's called arrows. Arrows of love. Attack. And it allows people, or allows the user to hit more than one target. Plus, when the arrows hit the target, and it turns them from being, or it's like kind of like mind controlling them, but they fall in love with a person that uses it. As Ochako and everyone in Class 1A couldn't believe that this kid had that. As some of them says, that's actually pretty cool power to have. As basically everyone is like that. And to Zuko. As they all, basically all of them is like that, but with, hold on. That's what all the villains laid right onto him. They couldn't even get him up. So yeah, Zuko comes up, because the pro heroes came out of nowhere. They all got all the villains back into the things. As they're like, man, you really attracted all of them into one area. Hey, I use my brain instead of my bronze. Okay? As yeah. All my like, everyone's like, huh. Yeah, that's true. Man. Basically every one, of course it wears off in about 3 or 4 days. Since now, yeah. As now, one day, of course, actually they, or actually before he started shooting, or Mr. Ozawa says, get away from here. And she says, we're trying to not make you go hypnotized by what he's about to do. as she picks him up, puts him in the one of the like outside, sets him down, as he said, or as she tells him that I already knew the plan, or as she's stumbling over her words of she knew her boyfriend's plans were. She explains it. When one of you gets the villain or heroes, I'll keep them mostly distracted until one of you get to there. As 13 says, he really did say that? Yeah, telepathically. I knew that his plans were to keep them in one area from trying to kill all of us. That's very smart. And we just sent Tenya out. Uh, out the. Sorry if that's a noise in the background of people talking. That's okay. So, yeah. So she ends up telling them that that's, as she says, it was my job to get all of you out of here before he uses it. His power of love makes him shoot those arrows. Yeah. As you know that like little spin move that the giraffe guy from One Piece did, where it like floats up in the air and it rains down. Well, imagine that imagine that girl that has the same abilities have that. So she basically still falls in, or she's still in love with her boyfriend, no matter how many times that the people are things that they're crazy. As yeah, Endeavor her, or actually at the sports festival, threatens his or threatens her because she was like too weak to a battle against their son or Todoroki in the next round. As Zuko comes out of nowhere, and she says, "Oh, Zuko, no, you'll do great." As, hey, just remember, I'll be watching, hey. As she leaves, as he turns around to Endeavor, his Zuko's power level is on a whole nother level. As he grabs Endeavor by the arm, drags him to the one of the rooms, like, and ends up putting his hand on Endeavor's chest. And you guys were asking me, or one of you asked me, to bring the female version of him in. So I thought to myself, how will I do this? Well, obviously, Zuko, who. So, when Zuko puts his hand on it, on Endeavor's chest, is power activated as he transformed from a big buff guy into a girl. Yeah, this is what he looked like. Dang. He's about the same size as Midnight Ink, and he or Zuko tells him it will wear off in about 3 or 4 days. Yeah. And that's for not believing in my girlfriend, you jerk. As Endeavor had to be a girl for 3 or 4 days. Yeah, until he goes back to a normal person. Yeah. As he was basically, yeah, let's say he got debuffed from, yeah, as they're like, or she's, or should I say, Endeavor's like, this can really get on my nerves. And as he, or as now Todoroki versus her, she won. So now it's between her and her boyfriend. Yeah. As everyone turns around, as they see a female Endeavor, a female Endeavor is embarrassed as as they all asked, "What happened to you?" Well, the or isn't what this is what I get when I try to mess with his oh friend. One of them turned me into the girl. As they all start laughing at him, or her, should I say, as she knew who actually did it. As, yeah, as it only lasts 3 or 4 days. So, yeah, Zuko, who battled against her, as, yeah, she knows if they ever got into a argument or fight each other's, who would win, as he knows he doesn't want to hurt her, and she knows that he doesn't want to hurt him either. So, yeah, as they, as she, like, got, like, her shoulder got grabbed, thrown her out of the, um, like a ring, Yeah, but he may, or he actually did, as he shoots the arrows up in the air again. As as this is a new technique that they never actually seen before. As he used, or this is, it is like a combination of Nindever's flames and, where is she? The and his love arrows things. And it's called Burning Passion. It has the same effects on people, but they it only lasts 3 or 4 weeks. And, and, yeah, and it doesn't like hurt anyone. It only sends them like into madness of love state. Basically, it would be like hers, but on a whole nother level. And yeah, to only nail her down. um, it doesn't like pierce through her heart. Yeah, it was before she got like thrown out of the ring. I was gonna say stadium, but then I realized that it wouldn't make any sense. So yeah, and when they used it on her skin, her eyes went from like normal to flaming hearts. Basically, like it wouldn't be like that, but it'd be on a whole nother level. Like her eyes were so like that. It took only 8 weeks to cure her fully, or for the side effects of her or of that power to go down. As he of course won that round, and then or win the sports festival, and the internship I'm skipping because you want me to do add one thing. Hero Killer Stain in or he or Zuko tells him so that he need or because let's say he was with a water hero, the one that Tenya or is at. Yeah, and Zuko is thinking really hard. Like he thinks he knows what he's gonna do. As he tells the pro heroes to hide. unless you want to get shot at by me. As they hide the, as he uses the shield around everybody, or around all the, as he shoots at the air, they're like, you're aiming at nothing. As it goes up and made a cloud of hearts thing, and yeah, it rained down like arrows after arrows of smooth hearts. Basically, that's what the attack name. It is like it took care of all the nomus, all the, like, including Hero Killer Stain, when, or Rocky Hearts, Ertz, as he shoots at everything. It, basically, as he made sure that no one, it was better controlled. So yeah, so basically, Tenya wasn't affected by it because he had a shield on him. If that thing wasn't there, he would have probably be like went from being a, where is he at? He would probably went from being this guy to being a stone. He would have probably be like the same thing as what she did. Yeah, like those. Because he's like, man, thank goodness. As a couple days have passed, Endeavor turns back to normal. As he couldn't believe it. And yeah, he basically did that to just, yeah. So at the camp, the they both, or she knew how to fly, as she used airwalk instead of like her actual wings. She flew over the entire thing. So did him. But he made like little heart pads for him to walk on. As he walks all the way in the air about 100 feet away. He starts walking as he's, yeah. So, yeah. So she basically still flirts with him, no matter how many times that he gets to blushing. Sometimes he actually does, or sometimes she actually does like him when she like undressed to put on like her jammies. Yeah. and she gets like the same thing when her boyfriend gets undressed to put on his jammies. I mean, yeah, and let's say, let's say one night, ain't Mina peeks in as was about to take a picture, but she got caught by her, and she bends like Shizuku's two fingers together and aimed right at the door. She uses it as, yeah, but instead of turning Mina to stone, she got nailed. Like basically neutral arrow. Yeah. And she like gets out of bed without having to disturb Zuko. And she basically walks out. She walks over and yells at Mina for not on peeping in and and the yeah, okay, as she says, or next time I'll put you with that grapefruit kid. And yeah, the it was just so that's how weird it is because she doesn't want to have, yeah. So by the next morning, the of course they were dating or still dating, and Zuko was, or actually all for one wanted Zuko instead of anyone else. Because imagine having his quirk. Everyone would be doing their jobs properly. Like, and yeah, turning guys into girls and doing all that stuff. Yeah, that would boost the chances or like bring the end of the world really soon. Like basically really, really close. But he's like, as Zuko trained his powers or his quirks. And yeah, he used his full arsenal of skills of and he actually combined all of them into one single attack called Rainbow Love arrows. Yeah, because his quirk is love, and yeah. So when he shoots, it's it name basically once it creates a big clouds, and yeah, it was bigger than that could just like cover the entire island. But when it launched, the horde of arrows, like uh, like the entire armies back then, they pull a arrow or bow back, they aimed up, and they let go. That's what it is. But they full variety, aimed right at the yeah. Some of them have hate arrows. Some had love arrows. Some are like some have sick arrows. Oh, good lord! Sorry if you heard that big pop in my arm. So yeah. So then they all like Musclier went and grabbed Zuko, or was about to kill Koda, but then he got shot in the back by him, as it was neutral arrow, as a yeah, and you do not want to have those neutral love arrows, because they're a turd. If you try to, or if someone tries to remove, or if they remove the arrow, you start moving again. But it will fade after 3 or 4 years. Years. Yeah. That's why she knew which arrows that he had in his arsenal. So yeah. So then, because that's why, hey, Mina doesn't want to mess with Zuko, or actually, because she might end up going from being Mina, Mina, to, or I forget her last name. Mina. Give me a moment. She could go from this sorry. I don't. Here, hold on. Give me a moment. We don't need that. She would have she would she would probably went from this Mina Asherado to, I forget the grapefruit's kid's name, into this.
Mina Mineta.
Yeah, because if next time Mina peeps into their bedroom home, is and if she got caught one last time, yeah, she'll be turning into a wife to Mad Hatter. Yeah. for most of their lives. So, yeah. So now I'm now in the at USG or no at All Might versus All for One. All for One says the I really don't need you, All Might, or Tourist or Nori or All Might. I keep calling him All Might because that is what everyone calls him. So All Might or All for One says, "Prepare for yourself to die." As Zuko or as All for One does that like Kamehameha thing with just like a top hand. Mm-hmm. And as it was like slow motion. And Zuko activated his secret and or awakened quirk, or his power, as he runs right in front of All Might, and he took a hit instead of All Might. As yeah, he tells All for One that nothing beats me. As instead of like All for One says, I'm just gonna take your quirk. As he about to steal the quirk from him, but Zuko played Uno Reverso on him. As Zuko used the decoy move to do it, and ends up taking it's like a mirror version of the it's like an illusion, but it's like a mirror version of someone else. As he came out of nowhere, like he literally came out of nowhere and punched All for One so hard, sending him flying all the way to the city, or all the way to the sea, SEA. Yeah, as he flies using his wings, instead of having 6 wings, he has 2 big wings with hearts on the wings. As he flies, is real fast. He's faster than Tenya and everyone. As he even used the combined power of his clouds to make a little platform. Yeah. It would be like Overhaul's little fight thing. Those spikes didn't like come out of nowhere or they didn't come out of the walls in the first place. So yeah. So Zuko believes that his friends and his family and everyone he loves it more than anything, even his own life. As they could, as she could sense power build up. She never felt this feeling before. his power is going to go through the roof. As All for One says, I see. You you do not just have quirk. You have the ability of infinity and zero. And everything that's coordinated. You have enough power to destroy all of us. Space and time and everything. As Zuko says, yeah, but I chose to save this world, not to destroy it like you. As his own love, he or she could sense that he's still in love with her. And everyone, as Zuko, or Bakugo sees, as he couldn't believe his own friend's this powerful. And what All Might told him that Zuko could be, or not All Might, Bakugo's, or no, Inko, who couldn't believe that her own son is the most powerfulest person that she ever raised. Yeah. As yeah, all the different versions of everyone comes out of those clouds. But they had the same auras, but with their eyes instead of like normal eyes, like they're like that, got replaced with hearts. And their mouths always drool. Yeah. As they went and attacked him, All for One. As he says, now, time to show you. Boom. As he was the only one that didn't use One for All to beat. Yeah, I forgot to mention. All Might chose Mirio to be his successor. Then, yeah. Or actually, scratch that, not Mirio. Her to be his successor. All Might, his successor. She's worthy enough because, yeah, her own boyfriend's strong. She needs to be the same one. As she realized how strong he got, more control of his powers. Yeah. So, yeah. Basically, so now I'm going to go over in the next part, it will be over the overhaul fight, and I might end it there. So, bye.